Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Your Pleasure Incorporated into Daily Living. I'm your host, Ellen Nicholas Rathbone, sensuality consultant, author, and great enthusiast for all the pleasures of life. Today, I want to talk about self-love. Now, as in one of my other programs, I talked about love, and there are five different kinds of love. There's love of God, there's motherly love, fatherly love, brotherly love, romantic love, and love of self. So today I want to focus on love of self. Although a lot of people would think and tell you that they love themselves, they don't show that they do. So the reason I say that is because love is a few different, it combines a few different components. One of them is responsibility to yourself, respect for yourself, care for yourself, and knowledge of yourself. All of these things are part of what it is to love yourself. So, what is the responsibility towards yourself? Is it to constantly just make money and run on the rat race of life, making as much as you can, ignoring your body, ignoring your needs for peace and for calm? No, that's not love for yourself. If you're not taking time to take good care of yourself, if you are not a priority in your life, then you are not being responsible to yourself. Also, knowledge of self. A lot of people are so confused about what it is to know about themselves. Their whole life, they've been comparing themselves to others, and that's how they judge themselves, whether they're good enough, whether they're enough as a person as compared to coworkers or other friends. Well, that's not a barometer. Let me tell you something. There will always be people who have less and more than you do. There will always be people who look better and look worse than you do. The bottom line is, do you love yourself? Are you a person who can appreciate yourself, as I put it, warts and all? Because nobody is perfect. And even if you look at another person and you might think, man, that person has it all, in their heart of hearts, they don't have it all. So it's not a good idea to judge yourself according to other people. And it's definitely not a good idea to think less of yourself because you don't have the material goods around you. That is not a measure of your self-worth, and nor should it be. And then care for yourself. So many people are so involved with taking care of everybody else. They take care of their job, they take care of their kids, they take care of their work, they take care of their plants, but they don't take care of themselves. And it's only when their back is up against the wall and doctors are telling them you're going to need a surgery, you're going to need all these pills, you're going to need this, you need that, and the other thing, all of a sudden their health becomes important. So I'm telling you right now, if your health is not important, you don't love yourself. I don't care what you say. I don't care how good you are to others. If you do not take care of your body, which is the prime directive to take care of your heart and mind and body, then you really don't love yourself. And then respect for yourself. I mean, so many people give their power away. They have very little respect for themselves. And they show it by never being honest, never being authentic, always trying to one up others. That's not self-respect. And that's part of loving yourself. So there's many different forms of self-love. And as a sensuality consultant, I think that one of the most important ones is physical self-love. And so what is that? Masturbation. A lot of people think it's just, cleaning yourself and making sure you eat and getting sleep. All those things are very, very important. But the bottom line is you are a sexual being and you need to have some kind of sexual release. And if you do not have any kind of sexual release because there's no partner in your life and you feel like, well, I'm just waiting for a partner, you are depriving yourself of one of the most healing, beneficial actions that you can possibly have. Now, last week I talked about habits. And when it comes to creating orgasm and masturbation, that is a habit that you can control. And hopefully, you will create a habit where you learn how to control so that you can have pleasure again and again and again. And it's your mind that is in charge of your pleasure, not your genitals, that's leading the way. So these are all aspects of self-love. And for anyone who feels like they're ashamed to touch themselves, well, I'm going to tell you that that is religious brainwashing. You don't want people from thousands of years ago who had such a different set of rules for living to dictate what you should be doing today. It has been discovered, found out, researched that taking care of your body sexually is a very, very good thing for all of us. And you get a certain amount of, you increase your sexual tension the longer you go without taking care of that need. So if you're waiting for someone else to come and take care of it, you might be waiting for the rest of your life. And it is not something that you should wait for. You are a sexual being. You have sexual urges, sexual needs. Of course, everybody's appetite is different. Some people have ravenous appetites. Some people can, bird food that just don't need very much. But the bottom line is we need to release sexual tension, and it helps us to feel at one with ourselves, calm within ourselves. And once you let that light of sexual orgasm explode within you, you know you're truly loved by the Creator. It's really a good idea to love yourself no matter what you look like, no matter how big you are, how small you are, what kind of stuff you have. Those things are not who you are. You're a divine being. You are a spirit in a human existence. And if you can appreciate the fact that you have gifts and that your gifts are beautiful and unique to you, and that you are here to share your gifts, that you will become more empowered in life. As soon as you find out who you truly are and stop comparing yourself to others, that's like the worst thing you can do. And I understand in our capitalist country, people are constantly being compared, especially if you watch television. You're comparing yourself to the actresses, to the models, to the people on television. And you're thinking, I'm not small enough, I'm not big enough, I don't have this, I don't have that. Well, if you constantly compare yourself, you're always going to feel wanting. That's what they want you to do. They want you to feel as if you're less, so you will go out there and buy their products. And maybe if you do buy their products, like that new car or that new computer or whatever, you'll feel that excitement for all of 10 minutes, and then it goes away and you're left with yourself. And I'm telling you right now, you are worthy of love. You are self-contained. You have everything that you need to bring about joy in your life, including the joy of sexual release. So I encourage you to masturbate regularly, to release the sexual tension regularly, because masturbation is a good thing. I said this once and I'll say it again. If God did not want women to play with their clitoris, he would have put it between her shoulder blades. And so it's very easy to access, and it's very easy to stay and to stimulate. And that's not an accident of design. That is an intention of design. We are meant for pleasure. If you think that we're not meant for pleasure, you've been brainwashed by religion. And I strongly recommend that you re-examine all of the teachings and see which ones resonate as true and loving and good for you, and which ones were put together by horny men who had promised they were never going to have sex and so didn't want anybody else to have any either. And that's exactly what it is. Those books have done a lot of damage to the human psyche. So I suggest strongly that you release yourself from those teachings and from those dogmas and those doctrines and all those other things that are not serving you today, and allow yourself the pleasure of what you can create with your own hands. I hope you will join me again next week. We're going to talk about hair. I know a lot of people like, what, hairstyle? No, hair as an aphrodisiac, hair as one of the sexiest things on the human body. So please join me next week, same time, same channel, for another talk about your pleasure incorporated into daily living. This is your host, Ellen Nicholas Rathbone, sensuality consultant, author, and entrepreneur, wishing you a phenomenal day. Namaste. Love you all. Be good. Take care. Do your Kegel exercises and definitely find time to masturbate. Love you guys. Bye for now.